All right, we're live. What's up, brothers? All right, so this is just a bit of a channel update video. I figure this is an easy format to do it in, where I just kind of kick it off live through StreamYard, simultaneously broadcast everywhere anyway, so that makes it super easy. So, what's going on coming into the new year? I wanted to let you guys know what's up. First of all, let me pull up this screen share over here because I'm getting a few issues here with YouTube over the last few months, and it looks like it's got something to do with the election cycle. I don't know if you guys are familiar. If you're any content creators yourself, if you are, you probably already know what's going on. But it seems like the guys that are talking to men about masculinity, becoming a better version of yourselves, for some reason, YouTube has switched up the algorithms a bit, and I'll show you on the screen here. So you can usually tell here by who's watching the channel. And the lifetime stats over here you can see show that for the most part, most of the views come from unsubscribed viewers. That's because YouTube will recommend your content to somebody in their homepage or after they watch a video, or it's on the right hand side or something like this. Watch this next. And it's been this way for a long time, where about 60% of the views were coming from people that were not subscribed. If they liked what they saw, they would subscribe to the channel and opt in and, kind of dive down the rabbit hole. And a few of the views, mostly about 40%, were coming from subscribed viewers. So this is the lifetime stats. If I switch over here to the last 28 days, you can see that stat's reversed now. And I think that's probably pretty much been the trend for the last 90 days. So most of my views now are coming from subscribes, which means they're not showing the content to new viewers. Let's switch that up to 90 days. It's about the same for 90 days. If I go 365, it's a little more balanced. But you can see basically for the last 90 days or so, and I have a feeling it's got something to do with the election cycle, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm not too fussed about it. But it's just gotten to the point where it's like, I think I'm going to pull back a little bit on the public publishing of content. I'm still going to do my regular shows. I got a Playing to Win show tomorrow night with Amir Rosic. He's a really cool guy. I've had him on my channel before talking about crypto, but he's a hardcore entrepreneur. I was downtown the other week for an appointment. I'll talk about that with my eyes in a minute. But I was downtown the other week and I did a podcast interview with him, and I really let loose in some cool shit. So I'll let you know if you follow me on social, because I'll share that podcast with you guys. But I got him on tomorrow night. We're going to talk about his Playing to Win story. Guy's 34. He's seen everything. He's a really cool guy, and he's got quite the story to check out. So that also leads me to reminder: make sure that if you like the channel and you want to see the content, hit the notification bell. It looks like that. Oh, I don't have the screen up anymore. It looks like this thing over here. It's by the subscribe button. So hit that button if you want to get notifications of live broadcasts. And when it shows up in your newsfeed, you got to hit set reminder, because just the direction of YouTube, guys, they're going to show you the cat videos and the makeup tutorials, or some gay guy putting on makeup before they'll show you my stuff these days. But that's just the way that it's going. So if you enjoy it, make sure you're into it and subscribe and hit the notification bell. So that's item one. Item two on the agenda: I've got to get my eyes fixed. My vision's getting worse as I get older. I started having to read reading glasses in my mid-20s. Didn't really need it for distance or driving at night. Now I have to wear the glasses at night when I'm driving. Daytime, not so much, but it's getting there. So I'm looking at something called refractive lens exchange, which is basically a cataract surgery they give to older people, but they do it for younger guys after 40. And they extract your organic lens and they put in an implant, basically. But it's an unusual process, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to update my prescription. There's one other place I want to check out. I had a consult last Friday about this. It's kind of scary as fuck, because if you look at the surgery, it's pretty disgusting. I'm not even going to explain how it works, but one thing that really struck me about it is when they do like this is, I guess, considered cosmetic, because I can wear glasses if I need to. I just get annoyed with them, and when we're at the gym or if I'm doing Krav Maga, I got to take them off, right? Just because you're moving around. So I was thinking about doing this, but one of the things that really struck me was when it comes to other cosmetic procedures, and if you use an example like a breast augmentation that women do, they do both of the boobs at the same time. They don't do one on one day and come back the next day in case they screw up one or anything like that. But when they do stuff like this, they do one eye at a time. So you go in on a Tuesday, they do that one. You go in on Thursday, and they do the next one. And my assumption is if they have a complication, so you don't lose your eyesight. So yeah, thanks, Crazy Legs. He's saying don't f with your eyes. So I got to look into that a little more to see if it's a safe enough procedure and if I'm a really good candidate. So that's Bachner. I got to go look at Herzig, and then I got to do a few other things. So I've been super busy with stuff like that personally, which is another reason why I got to peel back a little bit on my public broadcasting on YouTube. So again, Playing to Win will still be on every other Thursday night. Amir's tomorrow. Next Monday, I've already created the event, so look for them in your feed. But next Monday, I got a really good one with a guy that was hit with paternity fraud. This is a really interesting story because dude hit me up on Instagram, sent me a video of himself telling the story about what happened. He's a musician, good-looking dude, and this chick took him for a ride. So I was talking to Sean Smith about it. We're going to have him on Monday night, so that's 8 p.m. Monday night. We got the special guest on. He's going to be talking about his experience with paternity fraud and what you guys can learn about it. So I hope you check out that live broadcast. Other thing I wanted to update you on is the book. I'm pretty much done all the chapters now. If you haven't seen it, let me grab the link. Actually, I'll post it in the chat just everywhere because it's way easier for you guys to pull it up that way. But if you're on YouTube watching right now, it's pinned in the top comment. And I'll just grab it here and put it on all the chat. It shows up everywhere. But if you haven't opted into that list, it's just entrepreneursandcars.com/red-flags. That's a free chapter for my upcoming book, which distills the 19 major red flags that I've identified. Done like close to 500 coaching calls. A lot of these are things that I've learned myself over the last 46 odd years of being alive on this crazy ass earth, dealing with the stuff that you got to deal with. So I put that out there for free. The book should be out in the next few months. I really need to get that finished up. Again, another reason why I'm kind of peeling back on the public production of regular content. I've been doing 3 or 4 videos a week in the past, and I'm just probably going to cut that back to about 1 or 2. So there's a regular live ones plus an extra one. So book should be done soon. My plans also with the book, and I hope you guys grab a copy because at least, with a book you can put on your shelf. They can never burn it. They can never shut down the channel. But my plan is to take every single chapter of the book and actually turn it into a video. So I'm going to create its own playlist, and I'm not going to read it out like a dork. But what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to summarize the key concepts of each chapter in its own video and put it on a playlist. So I don't know if this is the first time anybody's done this, but I've never seen it done before. But what I'm basically going to do is turn the book into a playlist for YouTube. So it'll also be available practically for free for you guys as well. You guys have asked me if it's going to be on a Kindle and audiobook. My plan is to read it myself, and it'll be available as Kindle and print. As far as pricing goes, whatever the standard rate is for pricing for Kindle audio, Audible and all that sort of stuff. So look for that in early next year. Other thing I needed to get out of the way is I got a lot of work to do this winter for prepping for rallies next year because I want to do more car rallies and I want to document it. And there's some really interesting guys that do rallies and kind of share their stories. I feel like we've gotten to this point with everything that happens here on YouTube and content creation. A lot of the regular stuff that comes out, a lot of it seems to start to get a lot of repetitive noise. And it's like, somebody else telling the same story over again or taking a version of my story or somebody else's story, and they kind of package it as their own. And they're like, hey, look, I've got this new concept. It's called hypergamy. So I really want to incorporate more information into the broadcasting that's going to be useful to guys still, and tell those stories of these dudes that are chasing excellence. And there's a lot of guys that have done some significant amount of work on themselves and their lives. And a lot of them go out to these cool events and I really like doing them. So I got to get that hashed out. Because winter here sucks, it's probably going to be something outfitted with snow tires, maybe even a ski box. I don't know if it'll have quattro or rear drive, but I'm looking around right now to see what the next car will be for the channel. I'm going to keep the R8. I'm not selling it. So we'll see what we lean into that. But that's a lot of work that I got to do over the next couple of months to get it outfitted and sorted out. And the other thing I wanted to update you guys on is I'm doing more regular Q&A sessions for my community guys. The guys across the pond, so in Europe, Asia, Australia, basically in those further ahead time zones, they're on every other Thursdays when Playing to Win is on. So tomorrow I got one going on. And then there's also every other Monday night when I don't do Before the Train Wreck, I'm doing a live Q&A session with my guys in the community there. So if you want to help support creation of content on the channel, I should probably go over those things too. Pinned in the top comment. Can I pull this up on the screen still? Oh, yeah, it is still there. So pinned in the top comment, you can just grab Tactical Soap. Oh, I've organized everything. I totally forgot to mention this, but I've organized everything in a storefront. How do I go to the storefront? Under books, grooming, for better back, and men's performance supplements. So there's an Amazon storefront set up. If you haven't read all the books that I've recommended there, just click that and it'll take you into all the recommended books in there. So check those out. A lot of you guys often ask me, what book do you recommend to read? Go there and check that out. There's lots of useful information there, not just, as far as consuming content, but other men's components, whether it's, tied into fixing your back, because it's one of the things I've been working on this year as well. Private community is where all the Q&As happen, the premium content, the daily discussion on Facebook. You can make topic requests there with that link. You can book me for a one-on-one here. And again, free chapter for the book. Get on the email list. It's just entrepreneursincars.com/red flags. So that's it. Channel updates. Going to be taking a little bit of a break for the next couple of months. Really want to finish the book, sort out my eyes, and get the car lined up for the rallies next year. Conk's in the chat. Follow him on YouTube. He just put out a new channel. He's got interesting things to talk about, so check him out. And we'll see you guys later. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Before the Train Wreck. See you guys then. If you have any comments or any suggestions for me, leave them below in the chat. Not really on the live chat right now, but leave them below after the video in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are. We'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.